G'day legends, Rana here from the Influencer Project, and today I'm going to take you through a little strategy called reverse engineered marketing. Now this is something that a lot of people don't do this way, and it costs them a lot of time, money and effort in the long run. I was speaking to a client inside of a strategy session, and one of the things they said is, I need to start building my target audience. I said, fantastic. So when you say target audience, why are they your target audience? And I said, well, obviously I work with this particular sector of people and I want them, and I do this, I offer this particular product or service. I said, great. What's the perfect end result that you would like to achieve with that target market? Like if I could give you the perfect prospect, the perfect person, and they would buy anything that you offer, what would it be? And they thought for a while, and it took them a long time to clearly define what it is they wanted that person to engage with. And so it started getting me thinking, if you're having trouble with understanding what you want the person to buy ultimately, how are you engaging them at the start? It's like fishing. Now, I'm not much of a fisher, but the analogy goes, if you want to catch a brim, and you know that's the kind of fish you want, and you're fishing in waters where brim are, what kind of bait do you need to put in the water to have the best chance of attracting that particular fish? Because if you put the wrong bait in the wrong water, it doesn't matter how much of a good fisherman you are or how good the rod is that you have, you'll never actually catch that type of fish, or you'll struggle a lot more. So by putting in this thought and reverse engineering the journey from the client's ultimate goal, from the peak, for the Everest of what you want. Say for example, I'd like a client, I have a premium coaching program, it's $3,000 a month, and it's over 12 months, so for me, that's worth a lot of money. That's what I like, $36,000, that's my ultimate client, that's what I want them to buy. Fantastic. So, what I did, I drew out for her a particular graph, and it looks something like this. So at the top, let's just say it's your premium product, okay? And inside of that premium product, you've got all the details about it. That's not important at this point. But what I said is, okay, if that's where you want them to end up, let's reverse engineer the journey down. And I sort of break it up into a couple of parts. If I reverse engineer it back, it's about profit, right? And profit is for them as much as it is for you. So the result that you're going to help them achieve, or help them see that you can achieve, which is what takes them to being converted. The next one is the product or the service that you offer. So obviously, you know, this is the how you're going to take them from where they are now to where they want to be. And at the start, it's all about people. So this is the who, this is the how, and this is the when. When they can expect the results, when you can expect the results. And obviously the what comes back to that core thing of what do you do will determine who you attract, which will determine how you sell your product or service, and how you engage people and take them on a journey, and when you need them to invest and when you need them to buy in. Because that when is obviously might be determined by your buying cycles and so on and so forth. But I drew this graph out because ultimately what I wanted her to see is that at each of these points, at each point in that journey, there might be different levels of products. So I, like most people, like you, I need to have trust and believability before I make a buying decision. So if you reverse engineer it right back to the start, what is the one thing you need to offer them that is of high value, that will engage their curiosity, that will have them sort of pique their ears and go, oh, they're pushing a few of my hot buttons here, I'm interested in that thing because they have a need. So when I go back, it's all about what do you do and who do you serve. By building that relationship, you build trust. And by building that trust and not expecting anything in return, by trying to take people from, free to buying my top level product, by just focusing on the value you can add up front rather than the product that you can sell at the end, you're actually going to be, and this is the paradox, selling more and actually attracting more because of the trust and the believability you're building up in the marketplace. So what I'd have you guys consider is, what's your ultimate product? And if you were to sort of dial it back a couple of steps, what's the first step you need people to take with you that is of high value that you could probably go, well, I don't know if I'd give that away, or I don't know if I'd offer that for nothing. That's kind of a bit high value. Now, it doesn't have to take up a lot of your time, but ultimately it needs to solve a problem. It needs to scratch an itch that your target market has. It might be a cheat sheet, it might be a checklist, it might be a small guide to getting A with B, So whatever it is, what is that first step you want them to take on the journey to getting them to where you want them to go and where you feel you can help them the most? So if you have any questions, just comment below. Let's start the conversation. In the meantime, take care and I'll chat to you soon.